beautiful sunshines. Thank you very much for tuning into Life of Sunshine on Wheels. Of course, it's your girl Shana, and I'm here with another video. And the video for today will be broken up into parts because I want to talk about caregivers and my experience with caregivers. Now, before this video starts, I want to say thank you very much for tuning in. Don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe, share, and tell a friend to what? Tell a friend. Now, let's get started with this video. I've decided to talk about caregivers because one, my experience with caregivers, and two, the caregivers that are excellent at what they do, the great work that they do. Most caregivers are underpaid. They don't receive benefits, and they do not get paid in overtime. I know I experience it here in Maryland. I'm not sure how you experience it in the state that you live in, but here in Maryland, a lot of the caregivers, they do not receive great pay. They do not get the benefits, and they do not receive overtime. And for those caregivers out there that are working, I want to let you know that your work is not going unnoticed. I want to say we thank you for your services. We thank you for treating us with the best care that you can give, as well as respect, and treating us as like we're family. I want to say thank you for the caregivers, because those caregivers that care for us, they actually do, most of them go beyond what they should, and they don't get the pay that they deserve. And I want to say I thank you all for your services, and I truly pray that one day things will change where you will get the pay that you deserve, as well as the benefits and the overtime that you deserve, because you caregivers actually help those, especially those of us within the disability community. You filling in those areas that we need the most care in, and you're here for us. And I want to say once again, thank you for going beyond what you're supposed to do to help care for us, to make sure that we are kept safe, to make sure that we are fed, clean, clothed, prepared for appointments, and keeping our areas clean. I want to say once again, thank you very much, caregivers out there, for really taking your job seriously and caring for us. And once again, I do pray that things will change and you will get the pay that you deserve, as well as those hours and benefits, because you deserve them. And I want to say thank you from the bottom of my heart. Now, I want to say that this series, this will be broken up into parts, because I've had some not so good experiences with caregivers, and I've had some great experiences with caregivers. But my first experience I want to share with you all was, I'm not going to give the caregiver's name because I still want to respect their privacy, but they know who they are. Now, this caregiver, she came here and stated she was this person, but coming to find out, she was actually someone totally different. Now, I'm going to tell you everything leading up to how I found out she wasn't who she's supposed to be. Okay, so this young lady, she comes here to help. She's a caregiver. She comes here to help me with my needs, you know, the needs that I need to have done throughout the day. When this young lady gets here, she didn't have her ID with her. But I'm like, okay, I'm trusting the agency. They're going to, you know, come through. This young lady was like around my age group. And I'm like, okay, I like that. We can talk and things like that. But this young lady was not who she said she was. And when she came here, she didn't know anything about me, didn't know what to do with me. And I'm like, don't you get a care plan? You're supposed to read the care plan before coming to the client's home, so you can know what is expected of you while in the client's home. But I do understand that the caregiver have to ask questions, or maybe things have changed in your care plan that the agency didn't notice or didn't write down. But I do understand that your first day you want to talk and you want to get to know your client and things like that. Okay, that's fine, and I respect that, and that we did do. Now, I noticed as time went on, it was a lot of things that most caregivers would do, she didn't know how to do. Like whatever area that you need assistance in, that caregiver is going to help you in that area. So that means if you need help with bathing, if you need help with preparing food, making your bed, transferring you from your chair to your bed, they will do it. Cleaning the area, maybe washing your clothes, they will do it. You know what I'm saying? But this caregiver, let me tell you all, she did not know how to do some of the most important things, which would be helping me shower. She didn't know how to use the equipment that I had in my home. She did not know how to do the bed baths or nothing. She capital suck with a capital S. But okay, I believe in giving people chances to get it together, and I'm thinking maybe she knew to this, but it'll get better. Boy, was I wrong. It only got worse. It just kept getting worse and worse and worse. Now, I didn't ask her to help fix food or anything like that because I do know how to cook. So I don't want you to help me with that. I may not be able to cook on top of the stove or put anything in or take anything out of the oven, but I know how to cook and my children know how to cook. So they were here, or my mom, to help me to do that part. I didn't need the caregivers to cook for me. Well, most of them anyway, especially that one. So, okay, fine, months go on, things ain't changing, girlfriend still suck. She still suck. So then after a while, I noticed she's starting to call out. Then she started calling out on the days that she get paid on. Notice that, and then the agency not able to find a replacement. And then sometimes you have to be careful with letting so many people inside of your home, because if they notice that you are living alone, you don't know what people may be thinking. You don't know if people may be casing your place out to come back and rob you. You don't know, but you have to be careful. And I know I've had a lot of caregivers. I know I've had a lot of caregivers, but I'm truly afraid of having caregivers in my home and having different caregivers all the time. So I really like to have one caregiver, someone that I get to know very well and that I can trust, okay? But I was declining, replacements and things like that. And so after a while, she started changing even more. Then she started telling me all her personal information and things like that. Started telling me about her life and all the things that she's going through. Okay, I'm okay with it. I understand you want to open up and you want to get to know me more and things like that. And I want to get to know you because after all, you are my caregiver. So I respect that you're opening up to me and sharing. But when you start to get down to the criminal activity that you do, that makes me look at you sideways, or that make me look at you out the corner of my eyes like, what you gonna do while you here? I need to watch you. That's what she giving me. That's the vibe she giving me, and that's the vibes I'm giving her. I'm gonna watch you, girlfriend. And I'm going to be careful what I say around you and to you, because I don't know what your real motives are. Now, once again, she's my caregiver. I know her, but I really don't know her until I investigate. Okay, so after a while, this caregiver ended up getting in an accident or something like that, hurting herself. Out for a couple of days, and then she comes back to work. After being gone, mind you, there has not been a replacement because I don't want another caregiver in my home. So the young lady comes back from being out. Lord and behold, she calls a person and asks a person for their information. But I'm like, why are you asking this person for this information? You're supposed to already have this information because you are this person. You should be okay. Okay, now let me all make it plain for you all. If you have here in the state of Maryland, if you have a caregiver, they come into your home. In order for them to clock in to work, they have to enter in some information on the phone in order to clock in and for that agency to know that they are at your home so they can get paid. So just so happened this young lady did not have that information, and the person she called was really the person who supposed to have been here, who she was getting the information from. So I'm quiet, I'm sitting back and I'm listening. I'm not saying anything at all, not one word. I'm just taking it all in. So she calls this person, get this information. Now, once she's done getting that information, then she goes ahead, entering that information, clocks herself in on the home phone. Okay, and I'm sitting back and I'm listening to all the scamming going on. And so then it turns around. She mentioned one of her cousins' name, to come and pick her up. So I tells her, I said, what's your cousin name? Because I think they're following me on Facebook. They weren't following me on Facebook. I was trying to find out information from her so I could find out who she really was. So she gives me this person's name and everything like that. So I find this person on Facebook who's her cousin. And then I'm strolling through the cousin friend list, to see if I can see the caregiver who name that I do have and find out who that person is. See if that name matches the face that's in my home. And come to find out, y'all, it did not match at all. So let me tell you all something. The name that the young lady gave me was not her. It was actually someone else that she was related to. And what made it so bad, she did not know. She did not think that I would ever catch on. Well, it didn't make it bad. It made it good for me, but bad for them. So she did not know that I was catching on. And I'm asking her these questions, but she's not catching on or wondering, why is this girl asking me all these questions, So she's answering my questions. She's answering them very well. And then I find out that this lady whose name she gave me is not her. It's actually her aunt. And then I go through the cousin's Facebook friend list, and lo and behold, I find out who she really is. Don't play with me. I am investigating out here. I ain't got nothing else to do but check and make sure that I'm being safe with this person who I think is this person, but she really not this person. So y'all, let me tell you, I find out who she really is. I find out her real name. Now me, I'm an investigator. I'm gonna find out some things. I don't watch these TV shows for nothing. And besides, this person is in my home with me and my children, although she's not here to care for my children, but she's in the home with us. And I want to make sure who you are. I want to know who you are, and I want to make sure you legit and you up and up on things. Lo and behold, girlfriend was a criminal. When I say criminal, criminal with a capital C, and been in jail, got paper to prove it. So I get her real name. I go to Maryland court case. And this is all public information, you all. I just do a little extensive background check myself on the real person who's here. And also the person who said she was who she was supposed to be, who was supposed to be here, which was the aunt, but that wasn't her. She sent her niece to do her job and that's a whole nother story. So anyway, y'all, I found out that this girl had been a whole criminal the whole entire time. This girl had fraud. This girl had repossessions, credit card, checks, name it, she had it. All, and it was all proof on the court case search. I found out who she really was. And let me tell you something. We have to be careful. We have to be careful. And I blame myself a little because I asked for an ID, but when she said she didn't have it with her, she didn't even have a work badge. But I'm like, okay, the agency sent her. Okay, I'm okay with it. No. When the caregivers come into your home, make sure they have a work badge and an ID to show you. If they do not have it, do not let them into your home. That was my mistake, and I will admit it, that I did not ask for it again. And when she said she didn't have it, I trust her, and I took her on her word that she was who she said she was, and I was okay with it. But she really wasn't who she said she was, and that person was really a criminal. She had check fraud. She had credit card fraud. She had drug charges, all these things on her background, and it was all public viewing for me because I went to the court case search to find out information. And if I never found out that information, I never would have known. What if something would have happened to me later on down the line with identity theft, check theft, credit card theft? And I wouldn't have never known. And not only that, I was mad at myself because I didn't do what I was supposed to do and just took her word for it, but I was mad because, wow, I should have saw this coming. She was showing me the signs, but I was ignoring them, trying to give the person a chance. Don't do that as well. If these caregivers out here and they're showing you disrespect, or they're not doing their job the proper way, and the correct way, and the safe way, do not keep them on thinking that they're going to change. Let them go. Once again, let them go, because you deserve the best. You deserve the utmost respect. No matter what, you still deserve respect, and your caregivers do too, but they have to respect you as well. So I found out all this information. I found out that this girl is not who she says she is. She's working underneath of her aunt's license, and lo and behold, the reason why she's doing that is because she has a case pending in a wage garnishment, and she can't work because whoever this company is suing her for money. So in order for her to make money, her aunt is allowing her to use her name and her CNA information to work. Yes, criminals, both her and the aunt. So I found all that out. And then I actually ended up calling the agency and telling them I no longer wanted their services. I don't need them back anymore. The agency never asked why, but I made a complaint with the state, and I follow up on it. And I did learn that with the state, they have so many cases backed up that they haven't gotten into it yet, but I'm going to still hang on to it. I'm still going to follow through with it, because just imagine if that caregiver is doing that and going into other people's homes and having criminals come in that home. And what if it's someone that can't speak up for themselves? What if it's someone that can't move by themselves? Hello? And they can't defend themselves, and you have this criminal, or you have this person, allegedly, I'll say that just in case, but you have this, ain't no allegedly, she really was a criminal. I found the information out on my own. So you have this person that's inside of your home, and you can't defend yourself. You can't protect yourself. And what if you don't have family like I have family that will come and check on me to make sure that I'm good? What if that person don't have family and they have this caregiver thinking that they could trust them? And some people, clients do have caregivers that go to the bank for them. Some clients have caregivers that go to the ATM for them. Some clients have caregivers that go shopping for them. And what if they thinking that they can trust this person, but you really can't, because this person is a criminal? Let me tell you, I've been there and I've done it. And if you are experiencing it, please file a complaint. Please report it to your state. And make sure you follow through with it to make sure that the things are being done to get those people away from other clients so that they won't hurt anyone else. And let me tell you something. I told you all, I learned that from now on, if you don't show me no ID or your badge, you can't get in. I don't want to see you. I was so shocked to find out the information that I found out, all on my own, sitting here. And this young lady did not know that I was listening to her the whole entire time, and she was telling on herself. So her and her aunt, I filed a complaint against them, and I'm going to stick with it, and I'm going to follow through with it until justice is served, because it's not right. It's not fair. Like I say, just imagine how many other people they are doing this to and getting away with it. But the buck stops here. You better believe that one. So I want to tell you all, if you are experiencing this, or if you know someone that's experiencing things with caregivers that's not right, please get in touch with that agency and let that agency know. And then you move on and you file a complaint with the state. Not saying that all caregivers are the same, because they're not. But please make sure that the caregiver you get has the proper documentation and is there to help you and not to scam you. So you all, I want you all to be safe. I want you to be blessed and be good. I'll be back with part 2 of the caregivers, my caregivers journey. So you all, I love you. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share, and tell a friend to what? Tell a friend. Bye.